Are we live? I believe we are. Man, there's 5 of you watching this? Jesus. I can't handle that sort of pressure. We've got a new link. And I just realized I hadn't checked my camera. I just stuck him up here. Usually I've got this little one over here. This tiny one from like the Four Swords adventure. But I was looking through all my old crap and I have a Figma link. This thing is awesome because it's like, there's so many articulations. I'm nerding out here. There's so many articulations in this little figurine from Japan. And like the pommel of the Master Sword and everything comes off. What is up, Dunk Nasty? I see you ghosting. But it's got a million different things. You can change out the hands. This was a Figma link that came out with Skyward Sword. And Gen Nasty, of course, I never forget. And Lil Nasty, of course. You can take the shield off, and there's all sorts of things. Even the face changes. I lost a hand like Luke. Yeah. Losing all the little hands and different pieces that come along with it. This is the one I've been using prior to that. I think my son has a Breath of the Wild one. I'll have to put up here. But anything I can find to add to the aura of this channel here. But and of course my Hylian shield and my coffee, because I'm a freak. Look at that. It's probably way too glossy, but it is a Legend of Zelda coffee. Because I cannot do without. Holy hell, we are to the Shadow Temple. So if you are joining me today, if you are new here, this is actually a 1.0 version cartridge. I want a mirror shield mug. Oh no. Oh no. Now you've got me wanting a mirror shield, anything really. Oh, what if I got a mirror shield for the shield that's sitting behind me? We've got like a minute left before I technically start my stream. Link Slayer 90, if it were 93, I'd be like, you're new here. You're new here. We've got a crew. We got the Nasty Fam, we've got MZ, and we've got Link Slayer. For those of you who aren't shy anyway. You know, my friend lent me this cartridge, and I still don't know who Anna or Apophis is. So, that's real funny. It still looks weird, doesn't it? Hey, I just noticed the medallion order is actually correct based on the hexagon thing that's in the subscreen menu. It's like they meant it to be this way. And so we're now at the Shadow Temple. So let's go. We have like, I think this is the most OP I've ever been for the Shadow Temple. Like, I'm missing a bottle. That's it. And I don't need the bottle. Or the magic beans. Whichever one of you told me. I think it was Duck Nasty said, slacking on the beans, man. Well, there's no magic beans in the dungeons. So, but that would be interesting, wouldn't it? We're definitely keeping the mirror shield. And I always use the red tunic. I told you guys why. Silver gauntlets, ice arrows. We're gonna, every opportunity we get to use the ice arrows, I'm gonna use, only because I now have an actual magic meter that's worth more than like 2 shots. There's an argument to be made that Shadow is last because it has the most strict prerequisites. Lens of Truth? Is that it? That's a strict prerequisite. I don't think you need the hammer. You don't need any type of arrow, like magic arrow. Din's fire, that's it. Coffee equals magic beans. That is why there is so much debate on the dungeon order. Yeah, absolutely. You need, well, other than the cinematic cut, there's no reason why they shouldn't have just opened every possible cinematic cut as soon as you pulled the Master Sword and became an adult. Like, Kakariko Village is still in shambles, right? I see no reason why that shouldn't be the case. So, you need a hookshot to get in here, but presumably you're already in Kakariko Village. Onwards to the true horrors of Hyrule. The true horrors of Hyrule is the fact that the people in Kakariko Village are drinking the water. That's it. Nothing else. No listeria, none of that stuff. Just straight up dead meat. Bongo-bongo won't mess with you until you've killed at least 3 bosses. That's true. True story. Should I do this thing first? Does anyone remember which skull it is? For you experts over there, since clearly I'm playing for a group of experts. No pressure. I believe it is this one. I believe it is this one. The temple is technically in the graveyard. But the well, the well. Well, someone, I keep saying well, that's hilarious. Someone online mapped everything in like a 3D space of, yeah, well. Too bad Cult of Glenda isn't here, because Cult of Glenda has a profile pic from A Clockwork Orange, and there's a character in the most British accent ever says, well. And that's, if I can make that a GIF or a GIF, however you, okay, I'm losing track of everything in life. Someone mapped all of the dungeon space in 3D space underneath Kakariko, left to right, up, down, everything. And of course the well extends underneath and past the windmill area, you know, because you're going down and into it, of course. And so there is and should be plenty of overlap. And not only that, but the rooms that are in this direction technically are the closest in that direction compared to the crossing point with the back end of the bottom of the well, if that makes sense. If you can sort of picture it, since you're all experts, if you can picture the movement of in 3D space of where everything is, those two kind of conjoin. So is there technically, maybe they could explore that? Whoever built them used the same doors. Yeah, they used the same doors, they used the same skulls and bodies. I think I told you guys about the video of this guy who tracked using actual technology that an expert would use. Every like digital space, and trying to figure out how many dead bodies there were in here. We the subscribers, a more perfect gaggle of droogs. Yes, the droogs. For those of you who know A Clockwork Orange. If not, don't bother. Only one who has sacred feet can cross the valley of the dead. The Sheikah. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna die trying, or I'm gonna do it right. I believe it's this one. This is the one that is the true skull. You're supposed to use the lens of truth, but I'm gonna if I don't get turned around by the movement of the camera staying behind Link. Because if you get the wrong one, like if you stop pushing the block on the wrong one, then you fall through to your death. Imagine a chasm underneath another chasm underneath a graveyard. How far down is that? So I'm going to stop here. Is that not the right one? Oh, I forgot. I have not touched the analog stick. For whatever reason, the door will not open until you move an inch. It will not open until... by the way, I am playing on my Nintendo 64 for you new... Because Link Slayer, I know you're new here. And we're playing on the Nintendo 64. Until you move the analog stick, you do not get confirmation if the door will open or not. And here we go. Isn't that weird? What's the point of that? You would think it would just drop, like it'll drop you down for sure. Oh, the torches are lit now. The beacons are lit. Gondor calls for aid. Is it Gondor or Rohan? Oh no. Gondor. Gondor calls for aid. Alright, so now I can go across here. And of course, you've all seen the people do the bomb drop thing. I'm terrible at it. I don't know how to do that glitch. It's not a glitch. You put the bomb down, you do a bunch of rolls, you tuck and roll, you put your left foot in, you put your left foot out, you do a backflip, because MZ likes backflips, and then bam, you get popped over. Not like that. You get popped over there without having to use the hover boots. So, why do I remember the fire being blue? Good question, Dunk Nasty. Link Slayer, you also remember it being blue? No. Definitely not blue. No, now you've got me questioning myself. Remember, 1.0 version cartridge. I've only played this temple a million times, and now you have me questioning whether it was blue or not. Mandela effect? What Mandela effect would be like blue fire, bro? No. I do sort of remember it being blue. Someone, I give you permission to pop out of this stream and go to my other playlist of Zelda Ocarina of Time. It should be toward the end. I think I called it The Horrors of Kakariko Village or something. And just start the Shadow Temple and get to this spot and tell me if it's blue or not. That was my 1.2 version cartridge. Go. Link Slayer, you do it. You've got homework. I'll hop over, BRB. Okay, Dunk Nasty's doing it. Link Slayer, just stay here since you're new. Okay. Your job tomorrow is to make a Link Slayer 93 account, and then I'll be utterly confused. There is a guy I play Halo with who made an account, and I didn't know it was him for the longest time, and he would just like pop in while I was doing a Halo stream, and he would say something funny, and then I would hear him in my party chat because he's literally on my fire team, and he went on with that joke for like a month and a half before he was like, dude, that's me, dude. It was funny. It was really good. Everyone has told me that in this room, the skull eyes are because Navi is flying around and there's a reflection, but if that were true, you wouldn't get it from like all different sides at the same time. So you can actually, depending on where you face, it looks like the skulls have eyes. That's gotta be... The hills have eyes? The skulls have eyes. That's a new. So see how as soon as I change direction, it's gonna change. But there's eyes to my left, and then as soon as you go to a first-person POV, it changes. So it's like stuck over there. By the way, this is also one of those liminal spaces, like absolutely terrible. Shadow Temple. Here is gathered Hyrule's bloody history of greed and hatred. Yeah. And nasty water. Haha, I Mandela'd everyone. Fire wasn't blue. Was it green? Was it green instead? No, it's regular fire, isn't it? You did. You Mandela'd everyone. What if they made a spin-off Zelda game about the Shadow Temple when it was used by the royal family and the Sheikah? I would do... Have you guys heard of those horror games where you walk around? You can make it like a live multiplayer thing because they change all of the the locations that you go into. I forget what it's called. One of you will know. But all you're doing is you're walking around and you're just being like attacked by crap. It's like you're in a horror movie. Is it called like Phasmophobia? Is that right? Phasmophobia. Someone look that up. Phasmophobia, I believe, is what it's called. It would be utterly disgusting to watch a Shadow Temple version of that, but with like whatever they do in the remake. That's why I named this video that. If they do some nasty things in the remake. I've been talking so much, I'm gonna get myself turned around. I know the other room I just went into gives you an identical hallway. I just circled around for no reason. There must be blue flames in the temple. There are some blue flames. There are some skulls, those huge skulls in the rooms way later in the temple that you have to throw bombs into. Those are blue. Maybe you were confused by that blue fire because they're technically the same skull. They're just like blown up like 1,000 times the size. But there are other torches, I believe in the bottom of the well, there are torches that look like that, the skulls, and those are a different color. So bottom of the well is another one to check. It's funny when a flying pot hits you and it gives you a heart. Alright, do I go straight into the fight for, it's like a weird corner spot instead of a... Yeah, here it is. This is how you know the dungeon door, steel cross door. If your girlfriend has a door decorated like this, you know she's into some stuff. Alright, notice the dead hand when you're young Link, is more spread out, and I believe there are fewer of them. Even though in the game guide it tells you it's got infinite hands, there are clearly 6 of them here. And I think they are more spread out when you're a kid. So the inclination being that you're going to be a lot closer, I guess, to the dead hands. One of you guys said you can put a bomb down to make... Oh, I messed it up. You can use a bomb to make the dead hand come out, like his body, I mean. Do we want to... We don't want to defeat him too fast. A bomb to make it appear. Ah! I've never done that before. What was that? Oh, that was much too quick. But the bomb trick worked. I'm still doing my coffee. He's still moving too. He's twitching. This dude, twitching. And he's got blood all over him. I know they changed that in the 3DS version. This freaking room, not only will this room be absolutely horrifying, I hope, in the remake, but if they don't do the dead hand justice, which I think is the scariest thing in terms of psychologically. I don't have an end for that sentence. I think they need to do it justice because, holy crap. But it needs to land on where it will appear, so that it might have been luck. I think you just throw it into like the center of the room, don't you? The hover boots. No traction. No traction is the bane of my existence. Especially in a game that is very shoddy with its running like on straight, narrow, tall things. Alright. We shall wear. The coolest combination is mirror shield, red, and if these hover boots were silver, and the silver gauntlets look, in my opinion, the silver gauntlets look better than the golden ones. It totally clashes with the outfit, you know. Crazy gamer, dude, it's been a while. That entire room is made of skulls. Yes, it is. It is made of so many bodies. All the way around. All the way around. If you use the lens, you can see where it will appear, but the bomb also has a radius around it. I hope it's not the case, but the remake might get watered down a bit because E rating. E in 98 is not the same E in 20. You're right. Did you guys know? Here's where we're gonna get into it. The movie Airplane was PG rated, and so were the early Bond movies, were all PG rated, you know, with all the slapping of women around by Sean Connery. But for those of you who have seen Airplane, there are a very specific set of that flash right across the screen, and you can go check that out if you would like. Don't take my word for it. PG. Original list suggestive themes, but new one doesn't list suggestive themes. Aw, it's been a hot minute, yes. I've been suffering from old school RuneScape. Oh, you did. You told me about the RuneScape addiction. I also suffered from it in like 2004. Something like that. Indiana Jones Temple of Doom is PG too. Yes, it is. I love the face melting stuff, just like wax candle. Yeah. Isn't Sean Connery's birthday today? I have no freaking idea. Why would I know that? In particular. So you don't have to do anything else in this area. You can go straight for the hover boots. And there is other stuff in this room though, for sure. So now it's all about just getting lost. Everything is just creepy in here. What is hidden in the darkness? Tricks full of ill will. You can't see the way forward. I can if I have the eye of truth, which we're about to use. There we go. That's the room we just fought in. Then we go back to the first room. And then there's like a few distractions. That gets you back out. I'm at the point where I'm starting to get burnt out though. On RuneScape? Oh, this is not that room. See, because it's another regular door rather than a doorknob. If you need a much harder out from here. Oh man, a single one does it. Look at that. With the Bigoron sword. Yeah, burn out on RuneScape a bit. Which version of RuneScape are they on? Or what are they, what is it? I'm trying to formulate a question here with words, and I'm struggling. We talked about this the last time you were in the stream, in the live chat, about the original RuneScape, and then a few years after that, maybe like 2007 or so, they made a version 2 of it. It was the same quests and all of that, but it was just updated graphics. And after that, I don't know what it looks like. Basically, like any of the other online, massive multiplayer online, whatever, morgs, porgs. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just talking gibberish. Massive multiplayer online role-playing game. The acronym for that. RuneScape 3 is the cash shop filled version. Old school in the 2007 version, but with extra content. Okay, so it's like this. It's still the same like map then, is it? It would take me a minute to get back to it, but that would be interesting. Make my beak face the skull of... Hey, it moved! The door's open now, but you can still... If you choose, you can fall down. Ah, it's the same, but bigger. Okay. That's actually cool. I imagine you can just take the world that they build in the early 2000s and just expand it, like, ginormous. Why don't they just do that with this game? Keep the dungeons in the same world and just add a bunch of in-between crap, like what we were just talking about, the bottom of the well and the Shadow Temple. Just make it to where like everything is connected somehow, or the world is connected with no load screens. No visible load screens, I should say. I wonder if Hyrule Field is going to be bigger in the remake. Hyrule. Does it need to be bigger or just more populated? Because it's like... It would change the feel tremendously if they changed the size of it, but they could make it more of a Breath of the Wildy sort of feel. I imagine a lot of people would be angry about that because, you know, oh no, don't give me fun video game. Make me angry. Because those people. But I imagine that would be pretty cool. I'd be happy with that. If I had enough kidney money to buy a Nintendo Switch 2 with the increase in price. Why is this green? Why is Navi green? Someone tell me a secret in this room, other than the obvious, how these are... Well, one of these is fake. And that was not it. Run away, run away. That's the one. They added sailing now, so you can sail to new islands, and there's a second continent and stuff. Oh, in RuneScape. I was like, what? Are you Wind Waker? It's crazy being able to sail from Port Sarim to Karamja now with my own boat. Holy crap. I don't remember the names of stuff, but if I saw it, I would remember it. Play the Song of Storms. Okay. Is it going to be a big ferry? I'm guessing. Apopolologies, brethren, but today is most deaf Sean Connery, the Panther 007's birthday, 1930. Wow. There's a really funny picture of him in his 20s with just like broken beer bottles. They weren't broken, just like beer bottles and wine bottles just around him, sleeping on a hammock in black and white. It's the most Sean Connery thing, other than, you know, misogyny. Yeah. Let's go this way now. Uncatchable fairy. Interesting. Oh! My sound system just went with these Gibdos. The only difference between Gibdos and Redeads is the toilet paper wrapping on them. Apparently. And Dragon Wilds looks like a really fun game. Which one is Dragon Wilds? Just another fantasy, medieval sci-fi fantasy game? I'm uncool. I only play games as new as 1998. That's not true. Was it was the fairy actually uncatchable, or was I just screwing around too much and I didn't do anything with it? Everyone's favorite room. So this is where I hate the boots. So there are two ways. RuneScape Dragon Wilds is a single player co-op game coming out September 15th. Oh. RuneScape is making a console game now. Don't tell me these things. I don't have money. Don't. So can you actually, you can, oh, the shield works. I always did it the cool way. And the cool way was you time it and you still get chopped in the head. Like that. If you roll like a beast, it's only $30. Okay, good to know. I don't want to fall down just yet. So there is a, I thought this was one of the, oh, freaking, here's what the link is for. This is how I feel in this room right now. Ugh. Ugh. Link cutting off me head. All right. I thought there's a room where the targets are invisible, and so you get to do this fun room. Man, I keep getting hit. All right, that better be the key. I prefer the roll. I'll take all the hits. Yeah. There's a Skulltula in one of these rooms as well. 35 for physical. What does it come out on? Everything? Ooh. Alright, we don't want to go down that way just yet. I thought there was something in here. Or was it the opposite side? So, if I remember correctly, this is the first time you see the ferry, the boat. If you fall down this hole, you fall down where you can see across to the ferry. Invisible chest, okay. And it's like arrows or something. It's never something useful. Supposedly GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 are going to get released on Switch too, but no official announcements. So that's how they feel, huh? They like releasing things on the overpriced console for games that have been out for a decade. Yeah, this thing. You don't want to fall down this thing. This wall, it's saying something. It says, if you want to see a ferry to the other world, come here. Alright, no. I think they ruined the ferry in the 3DS version as well. It is very much the, like the front of it. For people who know boats. Who was it that knew boats? Was it Ninja Styles? One of you is the boatist. I'm stupid. One of you knows about boats. What is the front of the boat called where it's got the ornamental thing? Not that you need the ornament, but the ferry looks amazing in this particular version, and they ruined it in the next one. And it's especially ruined because if you know the mythology of fairies, like the whole river Styx in Greek mythology, then you just ruined that completely. For no reason. I don't know. I don't even know which side is port or starboard. Left and right. The bow. The bow of the ship is where the front of it is ornamental. I haven't paid enough attention to the ornaments in this place. I just noticed there's stuff up there too. Like these things are dropping. They look like rats. I don't know what they are. Don't get guillotined. Oh, the shadows of monsters. The gargoyles. I do know the term gargoyle, but they don't look like gargoyles. To keep the evil spirits away. They're not doing a freaking good job of keeping any evil spirits away in this Shadow Temple. The worst job. They look like rats. You misspelled rats. Gargoyle. Gargoyle rates. What are the rates on gargoyles these days? But I know the terms bow, stern, starboard, port side. If I want to sound really cool about, you know, boats. But I couldn't tell you. That is leagues and fathoms away, which I also cannot. How many miles is that? I do know that maritime speed is different because, you know, relative to the water moving you, the water slooshing you around, you can't just say I'm traveling 23 miles an hour or any other, you know, actual useful metric use. Everyone forgets about these jetsam and flotsam. Yeah. Oh, there's another thing in here. And a like. Oh, stay away from me. I don't like you. I do know the Brandywine Bridge is 20 miles away from. Okay, there's a it's gotta be up here. Where is it? It's supposed to be up there. You have to eliminate the keys in this room to unlock the door. I die in this section all the time. Oh, from like falling off of stuff? You mean the big room with the platforms. So some people try to do this without using the lens of truth. I did it on this section just now, but not the other side. It's so creepy, right? When we go like trick-or-treating with the kids, we leave this on. You know those like YouTube videos where people have put like fireplace and stuff, and you can do like holiday, like Halloween, like 3-hour long playlists? I'm gonna need to make a playlist of just Shadow Temple music. And just, that's it. And just fog up my house with... Don't forget the invisible chest in the room with the Skulltula. Did I not get it? I thought I got it. Right here? Oh no, I didn't. Oh wait, this is the one with the extra chest. I'm getting so messed up with this temple since the blue fire thing. Yeah. There's a lot going on. Why is this? What is going on here? If I want those hearts... What are we doing here? I don't know why the Song of Storms would work, but let's try that. Song of Time? Oh! What if it is the Song of Time? Where is that target? Harold! What is up, Harold? You are new here, my friend. It is a song. Okay, there's apparently 2 spots in this freaking game that do this. So the other one, okay, we're gonna get into Theory World again with JP ZapQ Gaming. There are 2 spots in this game, and apparently I guess this is one that I completely forgot about. Hello, Harold B1. Thank you for joining us. This is a wild... Alright, well, I'm just gonna get into it. Okay, the 2 spots that I was talking about, one of them is in Goron City, and the theory is, I don't remember if it was Cult of Glenda or maybe Crazy Gamer had something to say about this like a month ago when we were talking about this. But the format of how the blocks of time and the door of time actually work is not that they just get moved in 3D space, but 4D space, hence time, right? The block of time. And so the idea was, someone conjured up this theory online a few years ago, that there was more to the mechanic in this game of using those blocks of time that exceeded just the 3D space of the room. So in here, there was no visual appearance of a block, but you could still summon it from a different time period. Now, if that were true, then it would make puzzles really, really interesting and complicated, because you'd have to go back and forth between young Link and old Link to figure out things, to figure out puzzles in certain areas. Didn't you know you could make it rain in here? Yeah. So the other place where you can do this, and which is a perfect illustration of this, is in Goron City. That room that's off to the side within Goron City that has lava, and there's like a hookshot target. You can go that way only by playing the Song of Time block, but there's no block there to begin with, so it has to be sent from a different time period. And they either left that remnant there for people to find, maybe it was an accident, and then maybe this one was too. Who knows? You never know. With how broken this game is, with how beautifully broken this game is, it's totally possible, but that was left in by accident. Let's see if I can be super cool and make my way back. I think these are just straight platforms. The other ones move. I'm not messing with you. I'm gonna fall off. Oh no. Okay. Not worried. So if they left that remnant there, and that was a hint toward the type of mechanic that would be used in this game, if you've played Skyward Sword, then you probably remember the blocks that you have to send back up to Skyloft and get those. I imagine that's like pretty similar. The idea of that being that you send them somewhere else, and then you have to remember that you did that, because it might be hours before you get back to it. You know what I mean? Am I talking directly out of my sphincter? Is my question to you all. So, oh man, stub the toe again. The blocks get sent back forth through time between young old Link. Yeah, but it would just be so interesting because sometimes they just move like 2 feet, you know, and other times, oh, this room. Pulling the old block out of the wall here. Should I ice arrowed? What should I ice arrow? The spikes? Let's ice arrow these spikes and see what happens. I should be ice arrowing everything. The feature was cut out from the game except for one area, which is Dampe's grave. You see, man, there's so many good opportunities. The game is like, hey, spikes. Use ice arrows on spikes. And then it doesn't freaking work where you want it to work. Because they instead opted for a block, boring, to get you through this section. Have any of you died accidentally by pushing this block through and then not going on the opposite side? There's a way, if you're very, very unlucky like I was one time, the way you're supposed to do this puzzle is come over to this side and then pull it. Let's see if I can purposely get very unlucky here. You can angle it to where you stop the second block but not the first block, and you just get smashed by the spikes from the first section. The 2 time blocks as adult aren't there as a child, but if you desummon them as adult, they appear as a child. Awesome. Something was missing this morning, and it was coffee, just brewing a pot. It was absolutely missing. That's how I started. This is like my 3rd cup. I can stop any time. That was the end of that. That was kind of cold, to be honest. All right, I'm gonna try to get hit by this spike. Because once upon a time, I didn't know that you could even get hit by this spike. So, there it was. There's like the smallest window of you pushing the block there for that to happen. Magic beans. Yes. Only one with the Eye of Truth will find the stone umbrella that protects against the rain of blades. Man. Very poetic. In a very macabre type of way. Look at the map. Look at the tiny map in the corner and look at how many treasure chests are in here. They almost overwhelm the size of the room. It's really funny. Really not very punishing to get hit by the spikes. I know, if this were Link to the Past, it would have sent you all the way back to like before you had the Master Sword. When you get taken by a wall master in Link to the Past in the Skull Woods, it takes you all the way out of the freaking temple. I swear yesterday I was eating dinner like the bean salesman. Nom nom nom. Munch munch munch. Oh yeah. At least once a day. Once you get over here, you don't even need the freaking block, I think. You can just... Like, I completely sidestepped all of the things that you can do in this room. But you don't even need the hover boots, I think, if you just walk around like this. 5 rupees, I think. Not gonna lie, I kind of wish we get a full 3D remake of A Link to the Past. A 3D remake of A Link to the Past. I don't know, I kind of feel like Ocarina of Time is that. Isn't it? It's like the same format. Pretty much the same thing. I don't know. I wouldn't say no to it. I'm just saying Ocarina of Time is Link to the Past, and Twilight Princess is Ocarina of Time. They're pretty much the same thing. I kind of feel more like the Link's Awakening kind of remake. I would be down for that. I mean, that, again, that's like Link's Awakening is pretty much Link to the Past. All those games are the same. That one in particular is not even like a 3D version of Link to the Past, but just straight up kind of a sequel where it feels pretty much the same. There's a gold Skulltula in here. Again, not that I need any of this stuff. I could use an ice arrow there on the spikes. Alright, just to make myself happy that I spent hours getting the ice arrows, I had to freeze that block. The spike. A Link to the Past Overworlds in 3D. I don't know, I think we kind of call that Ocarina of Time. You mean just like the layout of it, I guess. The layout would be cool. Alright, I got my key that I needed. We need a 2D remake of Mario 64. Now you're talking, Dunk Nasty. We need a 3D version of Paper Mario. Actually, you know what we really need? I've seen YouTube videos on this as well. Let's see how awesome I am or how terrible I am at not using the lens that I also went out of my way to get. I have seen videos of a 2D Link to the Past style version of Ocarina of Time. So supposedly, okay, so the first one is easy and you can hear. The problem is you can't hear left or right on this second block. So you can hear the platform moving. All right, we're just gonna go for it. Oh, we did it. We did it. It worked. So if you listen for the chain movement, hookshot red dot. Oh, right, Dunk Nasty. You told me this the other day. So it moves away. Once it moves away, it disappears. Oh, nice. Nice. So if for some reason you don't know what this is, perhaps Gen Nasty, this is what's actually going on in this room. You see that? This platform is moving around on this chain. The other one is still, so it's not a problem, but this one's moving. But there's a bit of overlap. So technically, if you kind of aim for at perfectly catty corner, you have a better chance of landing the jump. So what I mean is, you know, this is a straight shot from here. This is a straight shot, right? And then there's like the tiniest bit of overlap right here. Right to like in line with the door. What do you mean perhaps Gen Nasty? Oh, I thought you made a comment, I think it was yesterday. You said I just watched Dunk Nasty do it. So maybe you had not done this before. So if you did not know that this platform was moving, then you probably thought we were all crazy about how we were actually moving in 3D space here. So again, if you aim toward the center spot, you'll probably get it. But you can also listen. I'm listening for the audio, and I don't think there's any sound cues. I think the sound is just integrated into you getting here. It's not integrated into the actual movement of the platform. So no, the audio is no good. But anyway, aiming for the center spot here will give you a pretty decent hit rate. That was like what I said in 20 million words. Okay, this is the infamous room that everyone loves. She's beaten Great Deku Tree and rage quit shortly after. I met a girl in like 5th grade or something, who was like, I couldn't get past Queen Goma. And me and my friends were talking about the rest of the game and beating Ganondorf, and she was like, I just quit after the Deku Tree. And I couldn't believe it. I still think about that girl and how she never played Ocarina of Time, and she's probably a different human being. She's probably into drugs now because she didn't play this game. You see the effects it has on people? If playing on GameCube with surround sound, you could probably listen for it easier. I wonder if the audio is different. The audio cues actually work. Bomb hovers? Oh yeah. Possible to beat this room without long shot. It is possible to beat this room without long shot, I found out. Oh, okay. But here's the problem. You can't get into the Shadow Temple without glitching, without beating forest, fire, water. Central spike brings you just close enough. How do you do? Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. Apart from beating these dudes, because I don't want nothing to do with them. So how good are we? Probably means randomizers. How good are we at remembering where? Is it on this side or this side? I know that one is on this side, but I line up with the front. I think it's on this side. Alright, I'm bad at that, of course. No, I was not that far off. I should have trusted my instincts. That's what Peppy Hair told me. In the asteroid belt. Chaos theory. I'm running out of magic power. So this room is also my favorite illustration of why the red tunic is always the best tunic. Search your feelings, you know this to be true, yeah. I think you need Din's Fire, long shot. Do you need the long shot? You don't need the long shot in this temple. The hover boots you get in the temple, and the lens of truth you also don't need. You don't need the lens of truth to do this temple. Never give up, trust your instincts as you zoom through the boosters into the Rainbow Rock dimension. Yes, correct, crazy gamer. In the asteroid belt. Asteroid field. Okay, so we gotta jump off of that platform to... Alright, we're gonna do it without the lens this time. There it is. See how good it makes you feel when you do things right? As I was saying, this is the only room that tricked me without the long shot in the randomizer. So I was saying this is the room that perfectly illustrates how the red tunic is the best tunic to wear, because all damage done by spikes and lava and heat and the green juice of the mummies in the Sunsong room grave, the royal tomb, they all hurt you in the same way in the code. So if you step on a spike and you've got the red tunic on, look how long it takes for you to take damage. It takes a long time just to take a quarter heart off, but if you're wearing either the blue or the green tunic, it's like instant. It's like half a heart per second. Lens of Truth is null and void if you know the way. I think JP said that. Yes, you know the way. The trickiest room is actually the boss room, because there's a little room prior to opening the door to bongo-bongo where there's like a narrow little path. You can learn the path, but or just use the hover boots and get pretty lucky at doing it. That room sort of sucks if you're trying to do that without the lens of truth, but it is possible. If you just, believe in yourself like Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade and walk right through that section, you know what I'm talking about? Same thing. The Penitent Man. Spikes are treated... Yes, spikes are treated like lava in this game. So lava, spikes, heat room, the green juice, like I said, in the... in like the bottom of the well and in the royal family tomb where all the re-deads are. The green zombie juice, I'm calling it. The wonderful clean water of Kakariko Village. They all hurt you the same way in the code. And so that's the illustration. Is if you wear the red tunic, it's the same as taking damage from lava, which is very little if you're wearing the red tunic. They just wrote it in there that way. Thinking about zooming through space making me want to load up No Man's Sky again. Oh man, I have not played No Man's Sky. I would like to play it. But yeah. Yeah, the devs definitely designed the shadow portion of Ganon's castle to be achievable without the lens, because they knew someone would brute force them without it. Yeah, my biggest thing is that there is always something in the game that asks you for an item. So the Lens of Truth, as far as I know, and we talked about this when we did the Spirit Temple, or the lead up to the Spirit Temple, the only thing in the whole game that you actually need the Lens of Truth for is the Ghost Poe, the Ghost Tour guide that gets you from that little section in the Haunted Wasteland out to the Desert Colossus where the Spirit Temple is, because you can't start that section of it without using the Lens of Truth. He won't, even if you know the way physically, the game will spit you out as if you were lost. So, funny enough, you don't need it for the Shadow Temple, and you don't really need it for any of Ganon's castle stuff either. And No Man's Sky is incredible, but also very repetitive. Just like Pong. I don't know why I said that. Unless you know the other secret way. Is there another secret way to the Haunted Wasteland? Oh, I got that first try. Look at that. I don't have a key. Damn it. Did I forget to open a chest or something? No, I didn't go in this room. I believe this is one of the rooms with the blue fire skulls that we were talking about earlier. There's a way. Right. However, yeah, this is... There's your blue fire, Dunk Nasty. There it is. Look how cool this room is. Blue fire is great. Very little oxygen in this room. Very little oxygen in this room. The Poe goes left, if you notice. But the map connects also on the right side. Blue fire, LFG, yeah. However, for a first-time player with no memory of this place, yeah, we're not talking about people with no memory of this place, though. We're talking about experts who will fall on their sword for the opportunity to be proven wrong about their knowledge of Zelda Ocarina of Time on the N64. That's what I'm thinking of changing my channel name to, but there's not enough characters. So JP ZapQ Gaming it is. Oh, one of these keys has fire, and one of them doesn't. Alright. There's another room just like this, but there's 3 of these, and they're moving around, and it's a lot harder to place your bomb. Woo! That key just got spit out. Just in case you don't have bombs. Right! Just in case you don't... Just in case you didn't go through Dodongo's cavern as a child, went all the way into the future, still have a bottle of milk from 7 years ago that gives you hearts, and don't have bombs. Randomizer player's glad, I guess. Yeah, alright. I didn't think about the potential of 28 years later, the internet making randomizers for Ocarina of Time, but the developers did. Dolly Parton. What is up, Cult of Glenda? Thank you for joining. Dolly Parton dying managed to bring down Wikipedia, so that's a thing. This is true. This is true. Dolly Parton. I don't know what you're saying right now. Oh yeah, I don't need a bow. The long shot to kill flying geese. Alright, I've got the key that I needed. Oh, there's a spike here, and I've got these. I fought for these ice arrows, so I know how absolutely necessary it is to stop this. Can you still take damage by touching this? Oh, you can walk right through them. You can walk right through them. Ha 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 ha. Look at that. Alright, that's enough. Alright, we're gonna do this again. I got that one down pat. Alright. Oh. Ah, here we have an actual use. You don't need them, but it's good to know that I can. Oh, you need the hover boots for this section for sure. The devs could... I'm trying to read your comment. Hold on. Devs could definitely mess with fans by giving us Mandela effects, equipment usage, as well as slightly changed view paths for modern remakes. Would that be cool or annoying? Something new for everyone. I have no opinion on that. If they mess with people, that's fine. If they make it so blue fire... Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I hope they trick us a little bit. If they give us blue fire in places that were supposed to be regular fire red, I think I'd be okay with that. I'm just gonna trust myself and just run away. I should never have never trust your instincts. Oh, it takes you all the way back here. Now I can't live without blue arrows. Come on. Is that spider gonna be here? Of course it is. They already done that in Remake, like Resident Evil on GameCube versus PlayStation. They already did it to Duck Nasty. They Mandela effect Duck Nasty with the blue fire without even trying. and all of us were confused because of it. Alright, I'm going to be more careful in this room now. The mirror shield apparently doesn't work here. Oh, it did work. Alright, so you can go into that room and it'll tell you to like trust yourself and just jump over that way. But is there anything in this room that we actually need? No, nothing. I can use some magic though. Because I'm using all my ice arrows. So the only purpose of this room is to be like, hey, throw yourself into the void. Invisible chest, I think. Those who have sacred feet should let the wind guide them. Then they will be led to the hidden path. Is there an invisible chest in here? I don't know. Nope. Don't think so. Song of Storms. We'll try it. We'll try it. I almost played Zelda's Lullaby. A storm fairy. Huh? Nope. It's raining in here though. Alright. Alright. Take the wind and run across. That is all that was. I'm thinking of another room then that looks exactly like this room. Isn't there one in one of the mounds? It went through the freaking thing and followed me? That fire? The one you're thinking of where there's a mound is coming up in one of the rooms. You have to bomb it, and then you still have to use the Lens of Truth. It's a double whammy for some reason. I've been hit by fire twice now. Luckily, I'm wearing my Goron tunic. This is the room you're talking about. It's this one right here. This is an egregious thing to put in this room, if I really think about it. We're already in the Shadow Temple. So there is a use for the Lens of Truth here is to open this, but you can also just press the button and open it. Oh no. No, no, no. Get away from me. I don't have my whistle. Oh, you can't freeze those, but spikes, solid spikes, you can. Wow. Alright. So that's how you get the key to move on from this very same room into the next one. Oh, we are at the fairy room. And the block. If you burn mummies, they become re-deads. You mean Gibdos? Yes. I will be a technical in our Ocarina of Time expertise. That's what I said. The difference between Gibdos and re-deads is toilet paper wrapping. The gold skull you hear is above me in this room, and you need the long shot to get that one. Mummies! Don't need to move the block, you can just hook shot up there. No way. There's no way that's true. How dare you? Why is the block there, man? Why is the block there? You can't get in here without a hook shot. You need 27 other items to get here without a hook shot. Wow. Alright, so this one, I don't remember if you need it. You do need to move it if you want to use the shortcut later, though. Shortcut later? There is no later. I'm gonna beat the crap out of bongo-bongo with ice arrows and then leave this place. Now, I think you can use the Scarecrow song to get up there. But why would I do that when I already have the long shot? Right? They did not think of everything in this. I'm out of coffee. That's no good. Someone's sending me weird Snapchats. Russian girls and... Yep. He was in front of me. Alright, is there another one? Bongo Bongo, I'm sorry about your house, but we are coming for you. Yes. If Bongo Bongo makes you a cup of coffee, don't trust the water that he made the coffee with. So one of my favorite animations in this whole freaking game is coming up here in a minute. And I think you know which one it is. She's going to tell you to jump ship, but I'm going to do it like right now. Oh, she doesn't tell you to jump ship? Oh, now she does. Okay. Is that a 1.0 thing? I feel like there's 2 at a time usually. No? There's 1 at a time twice? You mean the Stalfos? Yeah. I like how these pots are sitting here telling you something. Yeah, the Stalfos. Can I hit the thing with an ice arrow is the real question, or does it have to be a regular arrow? Because I'll be disappointed if I can't use an ice arrow. I need to waste magic. Oh, I can't even see the bomb flowers with the shiny ice thing. This is my favorite animation if it actually works. If not, I'll have to switch to a regular arrow. Yeah, I thought there were 2 instead of 1 and then another one. Nope, there was 1 and then another one. Oh, it works! It works with ice. Ba-boom! So it looks exactly like the front of the bow of the ferry. If you take too long on one of the second one... Oh, yeah, maybe that's it. Do you know that from experience, Jen Nasty? I thought you didn't get past the Deku Tree. Or, I'm sorry, you got past the Deku Tree, but then gave up. I know of a tutorial you can use to get you past the Deku Tree. Alright, so these are all walls. So this is funny here in this room. Usually it's like the other way around. I'm a very observant watcher. I think they call that voyeurism. There's another word for it. I forget. That's the best word. Blue fire. Yeah, blue fire. Oh, ooh, ooh. I don't need from any of you. Holy crap, you came out of nowhere. No, no, no. You get trapped in a loop. You know what I'm going to use for you? That did not work at all. Like, it slowed him down, but it didn't actually do anything useful. Alright, I could use this. So, is this another dead hand? It's both funny and sad that your friend couldn't beat Deku Tree as a kid. Don't you talk about Gen Nasty that way. Alright, this is the creepiest room in the whole game, I think. The creepiest mini-boss is that dead hand, but the creepiest room is this torture room with all the blood in it. And unfortunately, they changed it in the Master Quest and the 3DS. Don't get big. There we go. They are already cold-blooded. Yeah. Maybe fire? I don't know. So this room, which is also like the cutest 90s photo ever. If you know. I'm a big fan of liminal spaces. How about this one? Blood looks fresh too. Like, did we just miss a torture session? I know. You know those weird, there's always like a detective movie and some weirdo detective is always like, it's still warm. And it's like a cup of milk or something. It's like, it's still warm. They were just here. Like, who does that? This blood is fresh. And look how red and groovy it is. Look at it. That is fresh blood. It was bongo-bongo. We are next to bongo-bongo's room. So this is, like, where he does things, I suppose. It's weird that there is blood on the floor, but not Ganon puking. Exactly my point. So they changed all of that. Now, this is the 1.0 version cartridge, so the red blood is present in the Ganon fight, which we will get to after this. But, yeah, you're exactly right. In my 1.2 version cartridge, Ganondorf's blood is green, and deck the halls with bongo-bongo's victims' bloods. So, that missing person on the Lun Lun milk bottle. Oh, I'm hurting. Oh. Someone needs to do that. Oh man, Link's Lair. I'm so glad you joined us for your first time. I'm in awe of this room still. Like, holy crap. Look at this. Alright, enough of that. No problem, thank you. Alright, my advice here is like, pick a direction to go in. I know you're supposed to use the lens of truth and whatnot. I think that's... Whoa, 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 you're too close. That's the way back out, I believe. Yes, it is. So I go clockwise around this thing. Or maybe this is the way out. No, it's not. This is where you use... Traditionally, you would use ice arrows here, but I prefer the Din's Fire. Puking green blood is more gross than red, in my opinion, because green implies it's some kind of stomach bile instead of blood. I mean, I've seen both. Built from the wood of Deku Tree's corpse. Any thoughts on Bongo being the victim since it is missing a head? Yes, I mentioned that exact thing in my other video playthrough. Bongo-bongo is a victim. Not quite the same victim that Crocomire is, Justice for Crocomire in Super Metroid. but he's a victim for sure. There's so many guillotines in the Shadow Temple. They definitely... I always thought it looked like a weird Demogorgon flower looking thing, but it is absolutely... It's one of these, where they took it off and you're fighting a severed body. Because they cut the whole body off. They just left him a head, but the head is somewhere else. Actually, you could go farther than that. It is theories like how we say carbon-based life forms here on Earth, that sulfur can be compounded in the same way. Sulfur-based life forms. Yeah, I believe there are not sulfur-based life forms, but there are life forms that use methane as their solvent, like on Europa or something, one of the moons of Jupiter. Hylians definitely committing atrocities. Zelda is all about Hylians committing atrocities. Even the quote-unquote good guys like the Shikas and Kakariko Village is just like they're torturing some people, you know? Bongo-bongo is supposed to be a leader of one of the tribes the King of Hyrule exterminated during the war 10 years before Link was left in the woods. Holy crap, that's some good information, Crazy Gamer. I also mentioned earlier the old person, don't know if man or woman, old person walking around in Kakariko Village as when you're adult Link wearing the blue. That person talks about how there used to be someone whose house stood where the well is now. And that's like the only information you get. What if that was Bongo-bongo? And all he wanted was to bang on some drums, you know? I wonder what gave Link's mom her fatal injuries. Who knows? Don't you love it when whatever you picked up is still on screen when you pick something up from a treasure chest and it just invades the entire... There's like a very weird disconnect between we're going to render this beautiful 3D object because we only have to track it one time versus you picking up something and it's just like a pixelated mess. Just beautiful. Alright. So we're trying to go around this thing clockwise? Is that what we're doing? What do I need? I always put my ocarina as if I'm gonna like whack something with the ocarina. Down C is where the ocarina goes. What do you guys think? Or do you just walk around with a megaton hammer in down C? Does that even work? It does. Zelda used to be cool with lore like that. I don't need to be fighting these dudes right now. And I can't hit them through the wall. Okay. Forget bongo-bongo. Let's just go bean shopping. You and the beans, man. There aren't any more beans, like, for us to... That's all I need, isn't it? I just have one key left. I think there's another room, but it's useless. Oh, this is the room. Of course. Just for the record, there's nothing useful in this room. But just in case you want to improve your bomb throwing, you can do that. There is this gold Skulltula, which we're definitely not doing. This is a key. No, it's not. The key was in the other torture room. What else would you spend your rupees on? Yeah, I guess. Personally, I'd spend it on the bomb chew baddie in the bowling alley as a child. You know what I'm talking about? I went to AnimeCon and there was a bomb chew baddie at AnimeCon last year. Was it last year? Someone look up the bomb chew baddie. You won't be disappointed. And you don't even have to go incognito for this, so let's do bombs. That was terrible. Got it. Messed up. Luckily I have 40 bombs. What else would you spend? Yeah. Practice backflips. Oh, yeah. I should have practiced my backflips going up the stairs. Anytime it's, What the, what? Oh, I got a Keese with a bomb. That's what it deserves. It deserved. Did it go in? It did. All these rupees that I don't need. I'm gonna get every single rupee, by the way. All right, we're spinning. All right, here's what you want to do. Oh, did you see how it bent the chain? Look at that. They couldn't deal with they couldn't deal with the chain moving in 3D space that was different, so it had to go sideways to hit the proper target that you focused on when you hit the button. So look at that. Whoop, whoop. And I guess it's more aggressive as it's closer because the angle is steeper. Whoop. Flamin' bats. Alright. Like I said, we don't need to be in this room at all. So glad flaming bats aren't a real thing. Man, I'm gonna see that in my dreams now. Alright, back to ice arrows. Okay, now I have to find the actual door to get out of this place. And I think it's this one. It's a doorknobby one. Nope, no it's not. That's another torture room. Okay. Okay. Whoa, whoa, wee, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. Oh no! Oh no! My game froze. My game froze. Is it frozen? Absolutely it is. Look at Navi trying to float around. Oh man, we were this close to bongo-bongo. Alright. Reset. There's your super bright logo. So appropriate for the Shadow Temple. Yeah. I got so lucky. I have been playing on this Nintendo 64 on these live streams, and that's the first time it's actually frozen without me, like, throwing my coffee mug at it. Bean time. If by bean time you mean more coffee, then yes. But if not, oh, I definitely lost some hearts, though. I've got my boss key, and I have a key. So I just need to get back to that spot. Let's do it. Everyone take a coffee break. It's going to take me like 3 minutes to get over to bongo-bongo. It's going to take a lot more than that, actually. Go get some coffee. I don't need the beak to face the truth, man. I want lies. Thumbnail should be the skull with blue fire. Man. Do I go straight? Is straight the way? The two on the side are not the way. This is the way. Man, I'm gonna have to go through the spider room again. And, yeah, this thing. Ooh, that was really close. There's another one right here. If you backflip, it kind of stops your forward movement. This is why I rage quit. I'm pretty sure I had more patience and less game rage, I would get a lot further. I mean, everything in life, I think, if you do it without rage, you'll get further in it. If you rage quit at everything, then, yeah. Oh, wall monsters, come on. I rage quit because of Navi. Just telling me things that I don't need to know. I'm gonna save. Only because I have a few more hearts. Especially if you forget to save a Pokemon game. Oh no. You know, I recently changed out my Pokemon batteries on my Game Boy. Like, I did them myself, even. For those of you who, if you don't play Pokemon. Alright, we're gonna aim for this spot. Oh, we got it. I'm telling you, it works. For those of you who don't play Pokemon, there is a time constraint thing, day and night, similar to this game. And if your battery doesn't save, it will let you play the game. But then, when you turn off your thing, you have to start all over again. You mean the battery in the cartridge? Yes, the battery in the cartridge. Did you know your N64 cartridges, many of them also have save batteries, including ZELDA Ocarina of Time. So it is only a matter of time. If you have a file that you are preserving because you think it's the best file on the planet, your battery, like a little coin cell battery inside your Ocarina of Time cartridge, will also eventually die. And you will lose your progress. You will lose your save files. So, for my friend who lent me this cartridge, who is very cautious about saving his, I don't know if it's his brother's file from when they were kids, unfortunately, it's going to disappear one day. There's a list. Look up on Google, just Google N64 games with coin cell batteries. It's not that, the list is only like 20 games or something like that, but I think Ocarina of Time is one of them. My PS2 timestamps on San Andreas are frozen. Oh yeah, that's a thing too. Alright, I gotta wait for the fan. Come on, man. All the animations. How can the cartridge even handle this? What is going on? No way. It's because I didn't use the ice arrow. Are these windmills? Dare I say it? Bats? Wild boars? What are we talking about here? The Megaton hammer is going away. Oh, the fans. Yes, I do believe. I'm imagining the fans with like the tiniest little wings on the side, and then the fan just absolutely destroying your life. The fairy. This angle is cool. Just the composition of this fairy moving, and the bells tolling for thee. Or whatever it says in the Grapes of Wrath. For whom the bell tolls. Sorry. Same author. I think. Steinbeck. All the knowledge on this channel. Is the second one gonna fall? There he is. Come on now. You can make the Stalfos fall off if you climb up the bow. Oh, yeah. I think you can make them fall off if you just put them into a corner. I've done it, that room where the platform falls down on the chain after the guillotines, that it also happens there. Alright, so we got our thing here. Look at the fairy is just like, it's gonna hit over there. Ship is sinking. The entire cement encasing of the windmills. Yeah, it's a big bat. I don't know why I stood over here. Maybe just the view. This should be an arrow. Aha. Or whatever the back is on a boat. Yeah. The stern. The bow. Okay, so coming up is this room over here that I was talking about, where you could do away with the lens of truth. It's a lot easier, obviously, without it, but you can still do it. The easiest way would be hover boots. Just keep running until, you know. So this is, you need that key that we got where the cartridge froze to get here. Why won't it let me do it? No, I did not want to play Zelda's Lullaby. Now I have to sit through the animation. I wanted to play the Scarecrow song. I don't know if that's the right thing or not. Or is it a block of time? I almost played the Nocturne of Shadow. That's the Requiem of Spirit. Why am I all turned around? There we go. Jeez. It's because I ran out of coffee, I think. It's a Song of Time block. Look, I just brought it from childhood torture, I guess. Is that all this is? Is to get that block? Is that a Scarecrow song? Have to be in the same plane, I think. There we go. So in case you need hearts, and you need a long shot for this, it seems like it's way too far away. Because we're going to use ice arrows, my friends. We are going to use ice arrows. Because there is a cool animation. If you've never seen the animation for bongo-bongo, because you didn't have the ice arrows to fight him. So this is the room I'm talking about. So here is what it looks like when you use the lens of truth. So it's not a straight path. The first one is straight, but the second one is the left side's easier than the right side, for sure. So take your way to the left side. This way. So you just catch that, and then you go this way. Did I miss you getting the boss key? A while? I got coffee. The boss key was in the room where you play Din's Fire and the wooden spikes are coming at you and there's re-deads on either side. That was a few minutes ago and my cartridge actually froze. That was long enough ago when you got coffee that that's when we got the boss key. So we are going in right now. And I think this, if you're wearing hover boots, it pushes you right in if you go too quickly. But I always like to do this animation. Love it because of the bongo bouncing your whole body. The most aura. Severed head. It's not a flower. It's not a sunflower. Severed head. Severed body. Okay. You ever just grab a bongo drum and make the same beat? A bongo drum is much, much higher in frequency. You need like a freaking, almost a bass drum. I don't have one laying around right now. All right. Ugh. I hit the wrong one. Okay. So the animation that you get is he's like thawing his hand. And it looks really funny when he does it. See, he's trying to unthaw it. Or thaw it, rather. Why would I say unthaw? That's like the same thing. Isn't that cool, though? True, but its name is bongo-bongo, so yeah. So unfortunately, you still have to use like the regular ones to actually defeat the boss because he won't do that if you. If you do anything but, it won't let you do it. Let's use that. Let's do that animation again, only because why the hell not? I spent all the time doing it. Watch him try to break his hand free of the ice. So who has seen that animation before? Be honest. It's a cool one. It is a very cool detail. I love me some bongo-bongo. Just listen to the drum. That is a menacing drum sound, though. Like, truly. This should be it here. Never did it myself, but I knew you can. Here's another funny one we're gonna do here. So, when you warp back into the sacred Temple of Time or whatever, because presumably you have the hover boots on while you're playing this, you get a close-up shot of Link's hover boots as you collect your shadow medallion. So of course we're gonna wear our iron boots because that's way funnier. Flashbacks to Master Hand fighting on Smash Bros. Single player. Oh yeah, absolutely. We are gonna wear our iron boots because that's infinitely funnier because of that close-up. There you go. The boy with the noble Zelda's ocarina. Do I have any audio delay today? Did I finally figure it out? Or am I just waiting for the next update in like the next 48 hours to ruin it? Wonder who the voice actor actresses are going to be. Oh yeah, good question. I mean, the obvious answer would be to use the same team as Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, because they're the most recent ones. Has anyone played Echoes of Wisdom? I have it, but I haven't played it. I need to play it on this channel. I don't know if there's any voice acting in it or not. Actually, I didn't notice, but it is good right now. Alright. For some reason, it was going out like 45 minutes in. We are at 1 hour and 38 minutes on this live stream. Yep, just messing around with the settings to figure it all out. If you didn't notice it, that's good news. Oh, I just thought of something. I've never done the Shadow Temple as my last dungeon. And so as soon as you leave here, you're going to get a telepathic message from Rauru to go back to the Temple of Time. And it's never happened to me here. It always happens to me in the Desert Colossus, the Spirit Temple area. So I think Impa is whispering Bean Time? Bean Time is very different. We're all talking about Bean Time in different ways. I heard it too. The hero. There he is. Finally, all of us, the 6 sages, have been awakened. The time for the final showdown with the King of Evil has come. Maybe I don't want to know then. Maybe crack a 6-pack of milk and do some fishing. Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe fishing on the next one. I have to go to work, people. Like, I gotta leave after this. Alright, so he has called me to the Temple of Time. I think we may leave that for the next stream. I will do a stream tomorrow. My L button. Oh, there it is. Thought my L button wasn't working. Did I ever get this, I don't think I ever got this heart piece over here. It's funny how I have, like, accidentally gotten pretty close to the most amount of hearts you can get in this game without technically going out of my way. If only I had a magic bean planted right here, I could get there really easily. But since I didn't do that, you have to do it like this. Bean time. Is that like Cajun tea time? No. I will be demonetized instantly if I tell you what bean time is. Alright, I'm going to leave the final showdown and possibly bean time, but not that type of bean time. And maybe some fishing. Should I put you guys through fishing? Sounds good, great stream. Thank you, Link Slayer. We will be back. We will be back. I think I'll be back tomorrow. But yeah, as soon... So, funny thing, because as an adult, you start in the Temple of Time, you can't... As of right now in the game, you cannot go back as a child because the moment you walk in, or even warp in, you immediately get the cutscene for Zelda and Sheik and Ganondorf and all that stuff. So, however... Since I'm going to turn off my Nintendo 64, as soon as I turn it on and load the file, it's instantly going to go into that cutscene. So be on time is what I'm saying for tomorrow's stream. I'm going to do the same time, probably like 12:30. So we are locked. Yeah, we are temporarily locked out of childhood for one single cutscene, and then you can do whatever the hell you want, including bean time or fishing. Or, you know, like that meme where it's, I think it's a Breath of the Wild meme, and it's Princess Zelda asking Link, it's like, hey, I need to be saved. What are you doing? And he's out doing like 20 million side quests. That's what's going to happen. So, all right. As always, thank you guys. There is no music. There is no music in Kakariko Village. All right, we're going to backflip. We're going to backflip. Oh, since I'm in Kakariko Village, because I always forget to do this, I don't know why, because there's no need for it. But did you know that you can actually go up to the windmill? I don't know why. Hold on. I mean the actual windmill. I don't mean the windmill room. That's behind me. I mean up here. There is a wooden... Right there. Ba-boom! Look at this! I'm willing to bet at least one of you didn't know that you can come up here. And there's a chicken! There's a cuckoo! So, here's your view. Obstructed by a windmill. Look at how much crap you could... If they made this like Breath of the Wild, where you can climb anything that's on your screen... There's like a whole freaking field up there. Like, to block you off from Death Mountain, there's a field to the right. Look how big that is. Just like, make your way to the top of Hyrule Castle across that. I hate how the windmill actually obstructs your view, because this is a pretty cool view. But anyway, backflip off that. Alright, you got it. Oh, that one hurt. Oh, I could fall into the well. Let me try to fall into the well. That would be a really long... Oh, of course that's made of metal. That wood is made of metal. It won't let you hookshot onto it. Let's try to aim for the well. This will be the last thing I do, and then I'll peace out, because I gotta go. But... yeah. We're gonna backflip off this, and go right into the well. Ankles connect to the neck bone. That chicken, though. Alright, here's the problem is, if I try to backflip that way, I gotta aim it a little bit diagonally that way. Okay, there is the well. Alright, here we go. Here for science! Oh, you can't quite make it there. Alright, so we're going to... diving sword. Diving sword move. Let's do it. Alright, last thing, I promise. Last thing I try. I want to fall from the windmill all the way down to the bottom of the well. This is it. No one said if they've been over here before or not. Did every single one of you know about this place? Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, I'm clipping that one for sure. Alright. Everyone knows about this place. Alright, alright. Thank you, Cult of Glenda. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am peacing out now. I will see you guys tomorrow. That was a W for sure. I knew, but it was worth it till now. Okay. See you, Jen Nasty. Can't get in there. Alright. See you guys. See you tomorrow.